so good. And it was cold. It was my only year I lived in a cold place. Sleeping under the heavy blankets. It would be like 0 Celsius. That's Fahrenheit 32. That's the only one I can convert by head.
Maybe you get your chance in the future.
So you're actually hoping it was fire.
And I was like, I used to open the window just so I could have all heavy blankets and sleep.
Alright, let's see where we step off of. Okay, so we're in chapter 4 right now, and the white-haired girl is running from some people. Because other people are saying she's a witch and all. So she's running through the woods. Keeps running.
So it's not chronologic, right?
No, this year is 1099. So we're going way back.
Oh. Okay. 1099. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure the witch hunting was a thing of the modern era, something like century mostly.
No, it goes like a lot further actually.
Oh.
Anyway, she stumbles upon the
interesting.
mansion. It's abandoned. At least she thought it was. Then she opens the door. See a stained glass painting. Please do not touch the grapes.
Archangel.
Yes. Or the windows. Then suddenly, she meets a man. His voice is emotionless, neither deep or high. And there's our main...
Wikipedia says from 15th century to 18th century. Oh my god, it's Michael.
Michelle. It's actually Michelle, but like
right.
I said, for why we said it was Michael, because we were dumb.
I'm Fuzzy.
Oh, hold on.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, come okay. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh my god, sorry. My dad wanted to...
Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Oh my god, so pretty.
So Michelle is a 20-year-old man. He's a hermit living inside his mansion. He doesn't care that she's staying
He
here.
has nice hair. I
Yes.
like his hair.
So the questioner is why she's here. She says she's running from some people because she's being accused of being a witch. Then he also said that he's also a witch. A cursed witch. His words, though. Anyway, he said he has the curse, but he doesn't really say what the curse is. So he kind of warns her to be aware of him. Well, I hear girls like, I have nowhere else to go, so I'm just going to stay here, but that's okay with you. Michelle's like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so they start living together. They kind of stay away from each other, really. Well, more with Michelle, he's trying to stay away from her. The white-haired girl's trying to make some peace offering. Well, not peace offering, but just trying to get along and break the ice. And Michelle doesn't really have any of it. He's still emotionless, keeping his distance from her. She finds out at the library because she likes to read, I think. And like a clumsy buffoon, some books get knocked onto her. And then he tells her that it's okay to read any books. He doesn't care. Oh yeah, he also asks her name. And white-haired girl say her name is Michelle. Wait, no, I mean Giselle.
Yes.
But for the sake of this narrative or story part, we just go with white-haired girl, just because that's the name tag here. Let's see, anything I'm missing?
Eddie already mentioned what his curse is by this point.
No, he doesn't mention a curse yet. That's revealed later in a key scene.
Alright, Wikipedia says witch hunting was a thing. Something that happened from the 15th century onwards.
So
There
there's
were no. It's a modern. Well, maybe there were a little bit earlier, but like it's a modern phenomenon. But it was like late medieval when it started. It got really bad in the modern times, and then people decided to stop burning other people.
looks like it. I think this is more of a local phenomenon in the story's case. It's like they were hunting witches specifically. They would just find this strange girl who didn't fit in and accuse her of being a witch.
I mean, it was a convenient way to get rid of people who were different that you didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the whole this period. It's culture stuff about it. I mean, one of the interesting stuff that I read is like I think the official opinion of the Catholic Church was something like witches don't exist. So the Inquisition didn't go after witches; they went after heretics.
Huh. It's interesting. Yeah, I find it fun to see
I
that
like it.
that Michelle gets his food delivered to him. So look at that. He has Go Fresh way back then. Wait, Hello Fresh. Because you generally don't step outside. He's pretty sensitive to the sunlight. All the rooms inside the house like boarded up. The windows.
He's a vampire.
I suppose in a way you could say that. He is sensitive to sunlight. And red eyes and white hair doesn't help.
Okay. So, continuing on my stupid rambling, the witch huntings were mostly carried by like the local authorities. So people like, there's a witch, let's go hunt her. And the church was more like, there's a heretic, let's go hunt her. Not that there's any difference in the end, but I'm glad that Final Fantasy XIV actually used the term heretic for church persecution.
Learning a lot for gaming, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is another key scene here. Here, a butterfly lands on Michelle's hand, and it dies.
Oh, he's cursed.
Yes,
His
anything he touches dies.
Heretic and cursed. He's the perfect guy.
Yep, the perfect guy.
He has rogue powers from X-Men.
Really vicious power, because he can't touch anything without it dying.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a TV series like that?
Possibly.
Kind of like the Midas touch, but you don't get gold, so.
Nope, just get that.
So it's worse.
The white hair girl kind of pities him. Kind of relates to him too, from being an outsider.
He's pretty. I like his hair.
Just don't touch his hair.
I'm going on my phone remote. Sorry. I want to comb his hair. I'm gonna use a plastic glove so I don't die.
Do you think that would actually work, you wonder? If you use a plastic glove, would he still kill people?
Well, I mean, in the TV series, it worked. This is like 11th century, so they didn't have plastic to try.
Well, it's kind of like the whole thing with Rogue, like
Yeah.
her, I can't be with my boyfriend. It's like,
here's some special words.
I mean,
Might
well,
really loved you.
Like a whole body condom?
yes.
So there you have it. Kill a butterfly for a girl and she might really have loved you.
Okay. It's cute. Deadly, but cute.
From this point on, they started actually spending a little bit more time together. And of course, you know, when that happens, they start to develop feelings.
Of course, but he can't touch her. And
Nope,
there are
they
no
can't.
full body condoms in the 11th century.
Nope, there isn't.
Look at the fluffy bed, and he can't do it. I mean, she's probably like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to have this death? Look at that guy.
Start reading books with each other. You know, the usual fan fiction. One in particular was about a witch who was cursed the mansion.
And the village, like, down from the mansion.
Yes, I'm sure you remember the witch.
Yeah, I remember a certain witch dying.
Yes.
Cursing a village.
So one day there's a knock at the door. We thought it was food delivery, but nope. Bandits attack.
It's food.
So Michelle protects White Hair Girl.
By touching.
Yeah, but touching the bandits.
Can like single hit kill everything. He's that OP. And now he's hurt, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna face death to help him."
But Michelle's overall alright. It's just White Hair Girl has kind of gotten sick because of that injury. And of course, he's worried about her. Yes, they weren't seeing things. There were some flashes there. There's a reason for that later on. Oh, guess what? The surviving bandits is bringing back reinforcements. Michelle Village is coming after her now. So they run upstairs to the tower. So they're in the final moments. White hair girl goes like, "We're gonna die anyway, so we might as well just touch each other." So they hug. Exchange some lovingly words. Guess what? She doesn't die for some reason.
The power of love. And God and anime.
Yes. So Michelle kind of locks the door behind him and just head out outside the observation tower. Of course, they get stabs and everything.
Ah! Boy dies. His pretty hair.
But guess what? Michelle uses his blood to kill all of them. So he's able to protect her. With the white hair girl still inside.
Alone.
Yep, she's alone now. Of course she cries about it. But then the witch Morgana started talking to her. She started making a pact with her that she can reconstruct him back to life. That eventually, through reincarnation, Michelle would be back. And so, shortly after, the white-haired girl killed herself because she determines that had nothing to gain in her present lifetime until she reunites with Michelle.
Oh wait, this why she has like all these inclinations in the future and they're all like shit. She's searching for Michelle.
Yep.
This is the kind of story I like. This sort of romance. The very cheesy, dark romance.
Of course, that's why I'm going over with you. So now we're back to the present, the maid talking. She tells the soul that she knows who he is. Wait, not who he is, but what she is. The maid say the destitute soul is the white-haired girl. What a choice to make.
So destitute soul is the character.
According to maid,
Michelle.
yes.
What?
But that's assuming anything she said was the
Was a
truth.
guy before.
Because the destitute soul realized something is up. Based on little snippets that people have said in the past, like the man in pain and saying that some tragedies too real. A two seems like it's just made up, too beautiful to be real. Like, who was that silhouette in the room back there? Oh, somebody's doing human voices. So we gotta reclaim ourselves. The white-haired girl was never at the mansion. It was someone else. The fourth door was a lie. The maid was lying. Despite what she said. You know, the maid said she was the witch Morgana. She definitely isn't. And so, destitute soul reclaims his body gradually. You weren't waiting for the white-haired girl. You were waiting for me. This is Giselle, the maid, not the white-haired girl.
Right, so the maid is first Michelle was the white hair girl.
The maid is someone else. She's Giselle, definitely not the white-haired girl.
Oh, okay. And the white hair girl never existed?
Well, we'll go into that later on, about the origins of the white-haired girl.
But we are not her and the maid's not her.
Yes, the maid's not her. So now, things are going to get real here. We're not going to get more tales. Now we get a flashback. Even though the maid tries not to remember, we're going to force her anyways, because not remembering isn't an option. So we go back to the fourth door. But this time, the true versions of the fourth door, so it's going to be the fifth door. We go back to 1099.
Yes, we're gonna see how it really happened.
Yeah. So the intro is pretty much the same, with Giselle meeting Michelle in the mansion. Although the reason Giselle's here is way different. We'll talk about that later.
That makes sense. Original witch hunt in the 11th century. It was all a lie. I called it out.
That is true.
According to Wikipedia, the most reliable source there ever was.
So Giselle meets Michelle in the same way, in front of the stained glass window. I love the music here too, just another note. We see here that Giselle is a bit more different than the white hair girl. She has a bit more moxie and courage to her, saying whatever is on the top of her mind. So there are some similarities. Michelle does say here that he's cursed, that he's still a witch. But in a way, not. Giselle kind of, doesn't believe that he's a witch. Because it doesn't matter, she's sent here to work for him, actually. Basically his maid, his Abigail.
So Morgana became a hot guy.
So what was that?
Morgana became a hot guy.
No, it's way different than that. We'll get to Morgana later on.
Okay.
And this is our real Giselle. The maid, in other words. This is an interesting chapter because we start to see things from the perspective of Michelle, not just the maid or Giselle. And Giselle tend to like to make jokes a lot, trying to poke fun at Michelle, trying to get him to come out as this show in a way. For instance, saying blunt statements like this. It seems to me like you're a rather handsome man.
That's an understatement.
And this is where the origin master comes from, because she is an Abigail, really, who's been sent to work for him, like I said.
Okay, so she was sent to be.
All the meantime, Michelle's wondering who this woman really is. He thinks Giselle has ulterior motives, being sent by his mother to work here. And it's pretty. Sorry, you're breaking up, Gabby. What was that?
I can think of a couple of motives.
Oh. And he's pretty cold to her, to say the least. She tries a lot to break the ice. And like similar to the white hair girl event, she does explore the library. So Michelle's really cold to her. She tries a lot to break the ice. Because that's the kind of person she is. Trying to stay optimistic. And here she finds out about the food deliveries. Food being delivered in packages.
So
He also gets sent a book.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
right. He gets sent a book like
every
monthly.
time. Yeah.
Oh, he signed up one of the subscriptions programs where you get a new book every month. Didn't know that was at all.
Right.
The fried book stock. Sorry, like my English is totally not here today.
I'm not sure it was your headset, but your voice is kind of scratchy today, Gabby.
Let me get the color closer.
I think
it's better now.
Yeah, that's better now.
Yeah, the color was too far away, and there's the air conditioner making a lot of noise.
Okay, that's
because
much better.
Because it's not winter in the South Hemisphere.
Yes, you did mention how hot it was last night. Oh, and a painting was sent that kind of upset Michelle. But it doesn't say what it is.
Yeah, that's usually not in the subscription box. So.
Well, it's a bonus. For other subscription box, the painting subscription box, and if you didn't manually go to the website and take his credit card off, they would keep sending and charging him.
Here we're just getting from Michelle's perspective. With him being very suspectful of her, that she's conniving and planning something. And though she denies it.
She is. Totally is. Thinking that she is.
Here she has her doubts about Gauze just because of how she has to deal with from Michelle. See, Giselle's reason for coming to work here as Abigail has to do with providing for her family. She was the daughter of a merchant. She's also trying to, after her father passed away, it's just her mother, and her older sister. So she's trying to make days meet with this job.
So she got a job for like the Jeff Bezos.
Pretty much. I also found out Michelle is actually being watched by a member of his family. The Bollingers is his last name, just a note. So in reality, Michelle does sometimes leave the mansion. He's just talking to this guy just to find out what he can find about Giselle. And of course, this guy who watches over him was kind of scared of him too, because he thinks he's like cursed or something.
Cabin looks cozy.
What was that?
The cabin looks cozy.
Oh, right.
I've always wanted to sleep in one of those beds that have curtains around it, but I'm allergic. I would die.
To curtains?
Well, the curtains will accumulate mice and... Is it mice? I don't even know. I think mice is called mouses. Okay, let me translate the word. Dust and mold and might. Might.
It's quite a list.
But it would be a nice way to die, in a coffee bed, curtains around it, in a cold night.
It might be a horrible
No
way to
one
die,
outside.
depending on how bad your reaction is to your allergies.
Well, my reaction to my allergies is taking a lot of anti-allergics. In this case, I think I will overdose on anti-allergics and that.
So Giselle's steadily getting depressed, not able to make any progress with Michelle. Almost want to give up.
She really wanted to get a job with him so she could pay for her poor family stuff.
Yes, and the boss is not being kind to her.
Yeah, even though he's hot, he's not nice. He's not my first boss. Was hot and nice. I'm sorry,
Anyway.
this is just you and me. I'm spewing shit.
Anyway, she sees his room open, he has repeatedly told her to stay away from his room.
And he's naked. Please?
Nope, he's not there. But, like a nosy little girl, she started looking around. Then she finds a painting of a woman. But the painting has like a gash on it, as you can see. All of a sudden, Michelle finds her.
Michelle arrived.
Yep, exactly. And he's not too happy about that. He's really pissed about her looking at the painting.
Yeah, of course. Ask her to not go into his room.
And he pulls a knife on her.
Mode. Why does he need a knife? Doesn't he kill by when he kills?
Because she's snooping around in the room.
No, like, can he just kill people by touching them?
Not in reality.
Not in reality. He doesn't have this curse of touching people where... That was just a made-up story as, one of the lies of the fourth door. So Giselle started having a panic attack, which we'll find out why. She's very terrified with knives.
Yeah, they just pointed a knife at her neck. I would be terrified too.
Oh, she has additional reasons to be terrified of knives, as we'll find out soon.
Holy Kirby.
So Michelle accuses her of trying to, plot against his family.
Nah, she just wanted to sniff his socks. You slept with my father. That was what Michelle found out from the guy who's watching over him. And that really hurt Giselle, because it is true. She did sleep with his father. So she pushed him aside and just ran away. She ran out into the woods. So here we get a flashback with Antonin. Antonin is Michelle's father. And we find out that...
He's a very bad man.
Yes, he's a very bad man. Because he kind of forced her to have sex with him. Because Giselle was working as a maid under him. So yes.
She has to take care of her family. So.
But she has to take care of her family, exactly.
Okay, so, alright.
Yep, so he pretty much rapes her.
Alright.
And he has a knife too that he kind of uses to keep her under control. So now you find out
artwork.
Yes. So that's the reason why she is scared of knives. This traumatic incident.
He carved something into her?
You can say that.
Yeah. Made a new hole.
And eventually, Antonin's wife, Lydie, wait, let me remember. Yeah. This is Antonin's wife and Michelle's mom. So she finds out, accuses her of like seducing her husband, and she wants to have Giselle executed.
Of course, they never blame the husband.
Yeah,
Yep.
Paul. Good.
Yeah.
But Antonin's not totally bad in a way. I mean, he does kind of save her in a way by forcing her to go to the mansion with Michelle to keep her from being executed by his wife.
Oh.
And that's how she ends up at Michelle's mansion. And when we're back to the present, she's surrounding woods. Eventually just falls over and passes out. Back to the present, Michelle's trying to remind her that she's Giselle.
Okay, so Maid is Giselle, and our player character is Michelle.
Yes, the soul is Michelle.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so Giselle wakes up in this quiet little town, saved by a guy here. Let's see what his name was.
Amity.
Wow, your memory's really good. Yep, indeed.
It's actually a really good story, not the average widget.
Oh, definitely not. That's why this novel is rated so highly. And Amity's a God-fearing man. He looks after her, lets her stay in the village.
Amide.
Amide. Yeah, Amide.
I don't know.
How did I say
I
before,
mean, you can have
Kelly?
you can't
I think
have like
I guess it's Amide.
okay, so
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
initially we
you-
called him like Amity, but yeah, it's Amade.
Yeah, that's more French way.
we can't have like those two graphical signals and the same word in Portuguese, so it completely glitched my mind.
No, you think you're right with Amide.
Yes, Amide. But yeah,
Anyway, life is pretty good in the village for Giselle. She plays with the kids. Over here, him talk about the witch that lives in the mansion.
Michelle.
Yep, Michelle.
Michelle.
So everything's going okay for so far until one day, Amide kind of proposes to her. But she kind of rejects him. Oh yeah, inside.
She doesn't have the nice hair.
Well, that and then one day he wants to learn that there's like this village had to like pay like high taxes or something. And soon Giselle gets accused of stealing things from the village. So the entire village just turns on her.
And Amade goes all nice guy.
Yep, Amade goes on nice guy, because she rejected him.
Classic.
So they kind of start to torture her. But dunk her head inside
Or not.
gross water. Pretty much wastewater. So in desperation, an idea springs up to her. She's all telling back about the mansion, Michelle's mansion, about how you can steal some of the furniture and sell it for money. Of course, the villagers are hesitant because it's a cursed mansion. They say there's a witch there. You know, Giselle say there isn't. So they start to head out with the villagers and Amade leading a pack to go rob the mansion. But Michelle turns up.
Hey, pretty.
Not to the villagers. The villagers are like, oh, it's a demon.
Pretty demon.
Then Michelle goes, indeed, I am cursed. A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish. And so he scares off the villagers with his cursed remarks.
Oh, he's albino?
No, he doesn't like physically beat them or anything. The villagers just, villagers are just like super superstitious, really. So they ran away before he could do anything.
He's albino. Albino, the person that has like
pigments. Albino. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess in a way he is kind of albino. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can't say he's albino in a way. He's very sensitive to sunlight. He's extremely pale.
And blonde. Some angles.
And he has silver hair, pretty much. So Michelle is questioning Giselle what the hell is she's doing. First seducing his father. Not trying to get these men to kill him and rob his mansion.
It's positive albino.
At this
now
point,
Giselle just has nowhere.
Yeah, Giselle just doesn't care anymore. She just say, just kill me right here. My life sucks. She started ranting on him. And finally reveals that she was raped by his father. Then Michelle's like, oh shit, I guess I should have believed her. I shouldn't treat her this way. So he takes her back to the mansion. And this is where he learns the true story, what happens, and her background too. Why she was sent to the mansion. And she insists that nothing she says is a lie. Michelle learns about how she's just trying to work to provide for her family. The raping. And then Giselle says that she has scars to prove of what happened if he doesn't believe her. But Michelle believes her and doesn't need to see the scars. Well, Michelle also brings up they has two older brothers, Didier and George. We find about him later on in the story. He talks about a letter that was sent by his mother. It was how he learned about the fact that Giselle, quote unquote, slept with his father. And she tells him about the village, what they did to her. Then Giselle apologized to me again and again. She kept on saying it.
I almost want to go back and rewatch this.
Then go ahead, say the lines.
No, I would rather just go back and see it the original time.
I think you have a thing for ordering me around. I am so very sorry. It's a pretty significant part because it's kind of like this is one of the first time where they truly talk to each other and come to a more deep understanding of each other too. And start to find humor in each other also. Oh yeah, we also learned later on in the scene that Michelle kind of hears a voice in the mansion that he talks to. He says the witch. Giselle at this point thinks that he's kind of crazy about that, but he just goes on with it. He also reads assured that he is human, regardless of what everyone else said. He also talked about how his mother went mad after realizing that he looked like a demon.
Poor Brian King.
And that he's been living alone in this mansion for 10 years. If you're curious about the age, Michelle is 27 years old. And Giselle is 20. So they start to, actually hang out with each other slightly more, break the ice. But sometimes Giselle, when she's alone, she's got anxious that something bad is going to happen, thinking that she's messed things up somehow. So, especially what happened to her in the past. Back to the present. Michelle's just trying to tell her to remember all of our happy times together. And Giselle wakes him up.
Remember his home.
She starts opening the curtains to this house, which personally, for me, if someone did this to wake me up, we would have a very long conversation about this.
Is this where you get called a hair monster? Or is that
I think it is. So clearly we can see that Giselle's a morning person. Well,
Which definitely not.
Oh, come on, Gary. You go to bed at like a little bit before midnight, and then wake up pretty early.
Well, I don't usually wake up early. Well, I had to wake up like before 9 a.m. because I work, but I don't like getting out of bed. I just like sleeping.
I notice. And Giselle's gotten pretty, and we start to see Giselle tease Michelle a bit more.
Come on, just go take a nap with him.
What was that?
Go take a nap with him.
Also, at this point, Michelle likes to admit that she's surprisingly good looking. Oh no, this isn't the hair monster scene. I forgot which scene that was.
Hair monster scene. I want to see it.
We also see the scene from Giselle's perspective.
Doesn't look like a hair monster.
She says that he's very pretty.
Just want to sleep. Poor Michelle.
Oh, she does say hair monster. Excuse me? She's just kind of trying to cover up for checking him out. Anyway, they started to do more things together. Oh, and Giselle said something about cutting his hair, but Michelle's not having it. He likes his long hair.
Well, you can't do that. You just can't. This is against the laws of nature. You can't cut that hair.
So at this point, we start to see.
Really run away.
At this point, we start seeing them hang out together more, eating together. We find out that Michelle's kind of picky eater. He doesn't like parsnips.
Parsnips.
Yes, exactly.
But for some reason, they send them.
And they try to clean each other too. Oh, and they start playing chess. Michelle's really good at chess.
Was
Beats
that the
Giselle
cleaning
easily.
with the bloated rat?
Yeah, he looks the type who's good at chess.
Wait, did I miss that?
I don't know, was it?
I think that was
the
the scene with the library.
It was an overweight rat.
Oh, right. So in that library scene, I just kind of zoomed past. At the end, Michelle kind of falls, on each other, and Michelle kind of cops the field by mistake. His hand is on her chest.
Mistake, yeah.
Yeah, by mistake, of course. You know, it's happens. It was an accident, really. So, in this awkwardness, Michelle tried to say something, and then he tells her, "It felt like I was squeezing a beast's rat. I hardly even perceived it as a breast." And then Giselle goes, "Go ahead, Kelly, read the lines."
I can't recapture it.
You don't have to recapture it.
Oh my god.
How utterly insensitive can you be? I'm gonna rip every last hair off your head.
Yep. There you have it.
It turns out Michelle is
It's
pretty
so
good at
pretty.
chess.
Yep. But in terms of arm wrestling, Giselle somehow wins.
Michelle's got little noodle arms.
Yes.
I mean, if there were pianos in this time, he would be good at playing piano because, like, he checks all the Edlordy boxes.
You're probably right about that.
Jesus, why do I have such a spot for this kind of character, the Sad Lord? Tragic Lord. And he's very lordly. How noble and fancy, but he has like a heart of gold.
That's interesting to say.
Gotta bring him out of his special.
You ever see me reading Yakuza fanfiction together? Giselle's favorite.
Shut up.
So I had to throw that in.
And he's turning his eyes away in the R34 part because it's so bad.
Pretty much.
That's I mean, like, oh my god, whoever wrote this shit never saw it taking their lives.
No, I don't read anything that bad.
Oh, really?
Never.
So Giselle picks out a red rose from this garden. It's pretty significant because it's like her first gift to Michelle. He places her into her hair.
By this point, a year has passed.
Oh,
They've
that's
been
right. A
living
year has
together
passed
for
with
a
them living
year.
together and doing stuff together. And naturally, you can expect them to fall for each other.
Yeah, until the R34.
Then, out of embarrassment, Michelle's just say he has a sudden urge to draw. So tells her to stay still. Try to look away for his drawing. Tells her to hold in her sneeze. Yep. He doesn't really do much of a good job drawing. It's kind of like really just looking at her, really.
It's a bad artist. Poor Michelle. Had to have an effect.
But Giselle doesn't care if it's bad or not. Because,
It's hot.
yes, exactly. You'll be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love. Uh-oh, she said the L word. For instance,
slipped
time
out.
froze. Then just I was like, oh no, it's like family, like an older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good grief, this is such a lordly thing to say.
Then he knocked over the cameras by mistake. So she kind of tried to help him with that.
Oh, the moonlight.
Yes. Then the eyes kind of like meet.
Oh, fake kiss. Yeah, eyes. For sure. Eyes.
Come on, she has
Eyes.
Obese rats.
come on, she has pretty eyes. I would notice the eyes first.
I mean, I didn't, and I don't even like boobs.
It's one of my favorite songs in the game. And it's in Portuguese.
And whatever the Japanese believe to be for.
Yes, exactly. So he kind of goes in for a kiss, and then she screams. She shoves him away. She apologized, didn't mean to do it. Didn't say, let's just go and tuck in for the night. And Michelle wonders what he's doing. He can't believe he's actually like attracted to her, blah, blah, blah.
He's involved. Poor Michelle.
He also has this self-loathing, doesn't believe he's worthy of being loved by her. And then Giselle knocks on his door, comes back. And then she's like, nothing happens. Let's try this again.
Okay, now the kids.
Not yet. And it's kind of amusing because she's trying to paint like the scene of it being like really romantic and impactful.
Eyes.
Of course, she's stammering. What? Huh? You mean like family? Like a brother, right?
No.
No, she's had to, and she pretty much spelled it out.
I wanna fuck you starts playing in the background.
Then she's kind of waiting for a response from him.
Eyes.
He's kind of in this. Yes. He's kind of in disbelief that she actually loves him. Then he says, I do not feel that way about you.
Oh,
Denied.
Come on. Thought she overdosed on beer or something.
Well, wine in her case.
Yeah, wine. Make some spirits so it will be faster.
She apologizes, and then Michelle starts having this internalized conflict with him, thinking that she won't love him. She knows about his real self.
Ah,
She starts-
dude, everything's forgiven for the hair.
She starts heading for the door. But he knows he does love her. He just have a trouble expressing it because his self-doubts, what he encountered in the past.
His drama. Because he's saying yes doesn't make for a good visual novel.
Of course, he stops her. Giselle, from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely love you. There it is.
He said it! He said the phrase!
Yes, he said it.
That's the line! Good boy.
Good boy.
Oh my god. There is no way this is not from a hentai. They're fake.
I mean, they're fake.
Just take the bottom part of the screen out. Not as.
Come on, Gabby, her eyes up there.
She's already like this, and he's only looking at her, and she's already like this. Look at her face. No, I'm looking at her face now. She's just like, ah. You know what I mean.
And Giselle makes a repeat again. Because she's pushy like that.
No, he's her.
And she's really happy, of course, blah, blah, blah. And she has a request. She wants him to see her scars. She wants the moment to be now, instead of waiting. Okay.
Here comes the not safe for work.
I knew this.
Please, Mom, don't come into my room right now. Just don't.
Oh, come on, she's covered. She's just
It's a
showing the
novel,
scars.
Mom, don't come into my room, or don't come into my room.
She's done to curves
right
of her body.
now, please. Okay, the door's closed. It should be fine. As if anybody respects closing this room. House.
So, anyway.
And now I can't lock it because my door is like broken, the lock thing.
Anyway, he reassures her that she's not unclean, she's beautiful. Because really...
Yeah. And he's not even looking at the best side. Maybe he's an ass man.
I mean, he sees the scars, but he doesn't care. Like, really, as a guy, no one's gonna care about your scars or blemishes or whatever.
No.
When we're at this point. Just letting you ladies know.
It's more that she just feels unclean.
Yes. She just
because
needs a
of what's been
reassurance.
done to her. Yes.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm so unclean, look at these scars. And it's like, what scars?
Yeah, exactly. Guys don't care about your stretch marks, blemishes, scars, or whatever when we get this far.
It's like, Tic Tacs save lives. I think I told you that about Nier, right? The guy in Nier has like really Tic Tacs. Thick.
I think so.
Thick thighs. He has nice legs. He's cute.
Then he tells her he's always gonna be there for her, stuff like that. And they embrace.
Yeah, and now they do the R34.
Well, we'll find out. She cries from happiness. And they sleep together.
They do the R34.
Wait, we'll see. Next morning. She's all happy. And then Giselle says something.
They do the R34.
Then Giselle says something
And he
Kelly
was
like.
good at the R34. Whoa.
He bops her in the head because she was in horny jail. I was struck with an insatiable urge to whack you. Tough enough to get over a little bonk.
She does they went to horny jail.
Insert sound effect.
So would you like to explain why you're making dirty jokes first thing in the morning, Giselle? So, sorry Gary, they didn't have any Rule 34 fun.
Oh my god! I'm so disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
And Michelle's kind of upset that it's being joked about.
Yes. So anyway, this is like the beginning of the official boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Right, now do the 34.
Yes, without Rule 34 happening.
Boring. Hey, so she waited all those thousands of years just so he could reincarnate and they could do the R34.
You could say that. So one dreary night, there's light outside the house.
And Giselle almost gets taken out by an arrow coming through the window.
The house gets raided. Oh yeah, I kind of skipped a scene before this, but basically just Michelle was talking to Giselle about wanting to take her to meet his family. They plan on leaving the house. Yeah, they were planning on leaving the house together. So he wrote a letter to his mom.
And I think Giselle said something about she really just wanted to stay here. She had a feeling that something terrible
was going to
would happen.
So they ran to the tower, the observation tower.
Hey, where Morgana died?
Yes, the same room that Morgana died way back then. So they're trapped inside a tower door.
And it ends the same way as the fourth door. They both died. Was the only part that was true.
Well, you're about to find out.
And R34.
Oh, and Michelle does bring out this curse, but he never mentions what it is. So they're in the same room that Morgana died in, the observation tower. At this point, Michelle realized there's only one option. He has to save Giselle. Because the people that were raiding the house were out for him, not for her.
So he locks her in the room, and
Exactly.
so they can believe that she was his prisoner.
But
Pretty
just
much.
before that, he was doing that thing where he was talking to a voice in his head.
Yeah, it's a voice in his head.
And she was kind of freaked out because she always thought that was just crazy talk.
Michelle says it's a witch that he's talking to in his head, but she doesn't believe him. So a knight is about to execute Michelle outside. So he's impaled by all sorts of weapons. And Giselle just keeps on knocking on the door, trying to break through.
When she finally gets out,
Yep.
it's just like
Blood.
Michelle's clothes and blood.
His body was taken by the knights and the raiders.
So, do you think the loot that Michelle dropped was good? Any legendary items? It was a boss after all.
Well, he considers clothes to be a legendary item.
Okay,
So we're in the sixth door now.
She came.
This is basically what happens after Michelle dies.
The maid has finally kind
cursed
of
and-
returned to herself.
Yeah, the maid finally acknowledges that she's Giselle, realizes what happened in the past. She keeps on shouting for him to come back. Then she starts hearing a voice. Of course, the voice belittles her.
Oh, it's Morgana, right?
Yep.
Finally, Morgana shows up.
Yep, Morgana. The witch Morgana. So after a lot of taunting, she makes a deal with Giselle that she can reconstruct his body, reincarnate him, but it's going to take some time. But in return, she's going to be immortalized.
Oh, millennium.
But like I said, there's a payoff. She has to live as an immortal again. You must live here with me. So working for Morgana is at this point that she becomes the maid. She has a look at the painting again.
basically she's immortal, has no like physical needs, and the witch just kind of torments her for fun
Yeah, exactly. Which like pretty much
because she's bored.
bullies her and gaslights her later on. And she can't leave.
Morgana's an ass.
She is.
She was quite nice in life, I guess. Maybe.
She can't leave through the window
Kind of an
either.
ass.
My only real pastime was cleaning.
And of course, Morgana just keeps saying, "You chose this. You made
Yep.
the wish. I definitely didn't trick you into
I told you.
making a devil's bargain."
And Morgana's like, you look terrible.
Adding salt to the injury.
And she tries to pretty much gaslight like, Giselle.
Yeah, she keeps saying like, "Oh, you want to be
Yeah.
around when Michelle comes back."
So time goes on. I can't fast forward this though. Oh wait, I was wrong. 21. Giselle was 21 years old. Well, I guess that makes sense. 21 because she spends a year with Michelle for 1 year. Morgana suggests that she makes some new clothes. And that's when we start to see her get that maid outfit. Time moves on.
Okay.
After all this time,
She's
she's
already
still
wearing
thinking,
made
"Come and save
outfits
me."
in the 60s.
She's still holding out hope that Michelle's gonna show up
Yeah, he will be
and
reincarnated.
save me. Yeah.
So at this point, the house has visitors.
Alright, are the siblings, right? The first ones. That's in the 16th century.
Almost. We meet their grandfather. His name is
Oh.
Hayden Rhodes. Just a retired old man. So she was the first person to work as a maid for. And she's kind of had to learn some new mannerisms as a maid, some more decorum, to be more proper.
Oh. Those very modern.
So she kind of becomes friends with Hayden in a way, despite being, his maid. Because remember, Giselle's actually French, and the Rose are British.
Um,
So we just see her learning from Hayden, spending time in Rose, good garden. It talks a bit about his grandchildren. And tea from his son. But guess what? The tea's poisoned. So pretty much, Hayden's son.
Hayden slowly dies.
Yep, slowly dies. Excuse me for a moment. He does offer her some advice before he passes away. How she can protect herself. Build a cocoon. A sturdy shell to keep your weak inner self safe. It's the way to protect the true self. And she pretty much heeds his advice. Because over time, Giselle kind of forgets who she is, building this cocoon to protect her true self. And Morgana once again torments her more. And this is where she meets the Rose, the kids, Nell and Nellie.
yep.
More tormenting. Oh wait, I've got to tell you. I missed a scene. Okay, that went farther more than I thought. Okay, I'll just say it. In the scene where Giselle meets the white-haired girl, he joins the road family as a maid. As you remember from chapter 1 or door 1. She got excited with that because she thought it was Michelle reincarnated. Because when she asked what the white-haired girl's name is, the white-haired girl said that her name is Michelle, but it's spelled differently, not with the Michel. That's the extra LLE at the end. And she doesn't recognize. Yeah, I guess you can say that. And she doesn't recognize who Giselle is, and she kind of loses hopes at that point. So anyway, pressing further along ahead.
Yeah, Michelle is like the normal feminine version of Michelle.
Yeah, I can say that. And this is where she meets Yukimasa.
And he's just having a great time.
Yes, just killing everyone. I mean, she makes stew out of people for him. She lost a lot of her true self at this point, as you can see.
She killed people for him?
No, she didn't kill anyone for him. She just did what he ordered. But she was just very out there, lacking any sort of feeling or emotional response. Oh, and he stabs her too.
This is one of my favorites. Like,
just
moments,
immortal.
actually.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the level up girls in Souls games. Like, they're always immortal, always eerie, and will be nice to you if you are the biggest asshole in the world.
See, when he stabbed her, there is no blood.
I'm sorry. I cannot die. Oh, this reminds me of Belle from Bloodborne. She ate her.
In a way. Then the maid is like, she goes like, "So, master, are you not going to dismember me?" Because she enjoyed the penetration. You could try stab my face and blah blah blah. Then Yukimasa kind of like goes, "What the fuck is this chick on? Stop that! Quit
This
laughing."
isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of freaked out by it. I think she's the witch. It also brings up that he hears a woman's voice in his head. Morgana. We start to see the Giselle lose more of her past, seeing herself as the maid and nothing more.
Things start getting mixed up. She starts thinking, maybe I am the witch. Maybe.
Yes, exactly. Thanks to Morgana's gaslighting. And here she runs into right-haired girl again.
White-haired girl.
Yes.
Not her stuff. Was born to suffer.
That is a very
And
true
again-
statement.
And again, she's like, hey, Michelle, it's me.
Yeah. And the white-haired girl's like,
Hey,
you look kind of familiar,
Michelle.
but I don't know who you are.
Let's go scissoring, Michelle.
My name is, Michelle, spelled that way.
Michelle.
She's disappointed once again that this reincarnated Michelle doesn't remember her. Yeah, Morgana once again taunts her. And move forward to the year that she served Jacobo.
Oh, look at him! El Jacoponi. Oh, Jacoponi. Not El.
And once again, he's the white-haired girl. I just starts losing all hope at this point of Michelle ever being reincarnated.
Your hot husband is still dead.
Pretty much.
I mean, all this waiting, and she didn't even try out to see if he had a nice dick or waiting 1,000 years for him back. What if it's all for disappointment?
Yes, I know she's going mad from this. At this point, she just wants to die. She sees part of herself inside Jacobo. She was around when Jacobo died.
Sad and alone.
Pretty much. So, Giselle finished telling her tale of her experiences throughout the ages.
Just waiting for Michelle to come back. This is true love.
Yes.
But he was really cute.
Well, now he's here.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's broken. With some crazy PTSD.
Reminds her of their love for each other and how he was thinking of her. It was how he led him to go back. She tells her that I'm not the Giselle you once know. I'm a monster, blah blah blah. Michelle like, I don't give a damn, you're still Giselle to me.
This is a really good story. I like
It is. Trust me, it took us like 50 hours to go through this.
And it's not over.
Well, the main game was over. We just been going to side content. I love you. Those 3 words.
No, I was saying, like, at the point we're at, it is not over yet.
That is true.
The main story.
They are 34.
No, not yet.
Yet is the key word.
So to break through the illusion, and they're back in the observation tower. Giselle apologizes. So they start talking about how they can escape the mansion because the front door can't open. She also have doubts of leaving it too. And she might just stay here with them. But that wouldn't be a very happy life. Just being stuck to this mansion.
Just get yourselves a PS5. Internet installed and all that. I mean, imagine they doing everything to get out of the house, and then they have to go back because COVID is happening.
Yes, that'd be very disheartening to say the least.
That would be the perfect ending.
Then Giselle said they were in the middle of a touching reunion. Then she was like, shouldn't you, like, kiss me? Michelle's oblivious, going like, what? You know, use the Giselle way, she gets all pushy. So they go leave. Oh, they can't leave because something's happening now.
The witch.
There's suddenly darkness.
All this waiting, and she was debated.
And Giselle is dragged away from the darkness. Because Morgana wasn't having any of this lovey-dovey stuff.
Morgana doesn't like having her toys taken away from her.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I mean, the person who drew the art for this game, they have like a folder of over 100 PCs of hentai in their Pixiv account.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay, so the witch doesn't want Giselle go because she likes having a maid to torment because she's a
exactly.
bitch. Now Michelle gotta find a way to banish the witch back to the void whence she came.
Maybe. And there's Morgana laughing in the background.
So this is the end?
No, there's kind of like a intermission scene here where we just learn about, you know, Giselle a bit, at her age.
Okay.
Yeah, they just have a little talk when they're getting to know each other.
Yeah. And at this point she's 20, blah blah blah. I can't skip the scene. He learns about her preferences. Bit muscular, tall man, manly mans.
Long hair.
No, that's actually not something that Kelly. I mean,
like,
something
kind
that
of like the opposite of Michelle normally.
Yeah, pretty much the opposite of Michelle. You know, those manly man types.
Yeah, I'm 100% Michelle's look. He's exactly the kind of guy I like. I mean, he could have some elf lord ears, but yeah, otherwise it's perfect.
Morgana just wants them to be her servants because she's lonely.
She just wants free maids. Slaves.
And a friend. So Michelle regained his consciousness and he finds himself in a bloody version of the mansion. Pretty much the shadow realm of the mansion. So he talks to the painting. The painting tells him to find 3 keys. He starts going to fetch quests
Okay. There
for
we
these
go.
keys. So he goes to Rose Garden, encounters Mel there, gets the key. Then he goes to the cellar. After he gets to the 3 keys, he goes up the tower, and then Morgana starts talking to him. At this point, Michelle started asking about Morgana, kind of apologized that he never really gotten to know her. And at this point, Morgana telling her the backstory. It's a magical backstory because everything that Morgana feels, Michelle also feels. And this backstory is pretty much what you know already. It's pretty much a retelling of
Yeah.
Requiem for
Requiem
Innocence.
for Innocence.
Yes, exactly. It's a very long wall of text section. So it's gonna skip through that. It's finally at the top of the tower. He's transferred back to his bedroom. And he finds Giselle. But she's not smiling. This is your usual Giselle. Once again, Morgana is trying to gaslight him. She tells her that he was the right hair girl. Trying to guilt trip him into not remembering Giselle over the ages. And she's about to say something very painful. It has to do with his curse. You're not a man at all, are you?
Woo! There's a girl.
You're disgusting. Throughout a flashback, during the time where Michelle was staying with Giselle in the mansion, and he's writing a letter to his mom about Giselle, how he wants to come home. It was because of this letter that triggers that, his mom just sent over the knights over to the mansion. And now we go to the 7th door. So now you can see why there's no Rule 34.
Okay, so Michelle is a trans man.
Pretty much. This is an interesting chapter. It goes over.
Not really. It's one of those cases of being like intersex.
Yes.
Oh.
So we have the opening with Michelle being born as a she. As you can see, Liddy's very religious. And this is his older brother, Didier. Didier is like his knight in training. And we find out how,
Okay.
and we see them playing chess. That's how Michelle got so good at playing chess when playing with his brothers. And this is, crap, pressed too fast. Okay, George A, his other older brother. George A is like the opposite of Didier. He's more of a painter.
He's the artsy fartsy
Yeah,
brother.
the artsy fartsy brother.
Okay.
And Michelle here really admires his brothers, Didier in particular, because he also wants to become a knight.
Yeah, and he's already kind of struggling with how come they do these things and I'm
Yeah,
not
and he
allowed
can't.
to be involved in it.
And like Kelly said, he wishes he was there, training alongside his brothers. Meanwhile, Liddy's just trying to, embrace his gender roles as a girl. A woman has no need for such skills. Then here's Michelle's just talking about Didier, about how, changed the order tonight or something. How do you wish he gets, train alongside Didier instead of doing like girly stuff, like embroidery. Probably skip the next scene. So by this time, Michelle's 14 years. And he meets Amy, George's fiance. And he becomes rather smitten with her.
Alright, so he's intersex then?
Well,
Yeah, like born with neither, I think.
yeah, we'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh god, me making big jokes. Poor guy.
Yeah. And here we have a party with everyone. But then there's a man that starts hitting on Michelle at the party. And he's pretty aggressive about it too. And the guy pretty much tried to assault her. Or, well, assault him. Then George A comes to rescue. Michelle goes back to her room. Michelle tries hard not to cry because he doesn't want to go into his tendencies of being like a woman, because in his mind he thinks he's a man. And hates having his body. George A apologizes for what happens. Then Amy's at this point trying to look out for him more. Because Amy thinks that
he's really crushing on Amy.
Yeah, he's really crushing Amy. But Amy in her mind was thinking she was having some girl time with someone else. And even though Michelle didn't like, doing all these girly activities with Amy, he still likes it anyway because it was time spent with Amy. Oh, and
his Gwendolyn.
I guess. And at some point he tries to kiss her. Then it kind of shocks Amy. She tries to play it off.
Poor Michelle.
And Amy says, it's like improper to do that. That night, Michelle looks out the window and sees Amy outside. Amy pretty much talks bad about Michelle here, saying that he's really weird and stuff.
Yeah, like, she kissed me and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Because she's homophobic. But who's Amy talking to, I wonder?
Century.
Yep. See, Amy's talking to some man. It's actually his brother Didier. And guess what? She's having an affair with him. Even though she's George's fiance. So Michelle gets sick as he grows up. And his mother looks after him. She kind of babies him a lot. Michelle talks about his dreams. He was a man in his dreams. Michelle starts experiencing all these pains and bone aches, joint aches, and his voice starts changing. It's getting deeper. And his mom thinks he's just getting sicker because his body changes. But his voice never reverted back to what it was. Until one day, Lily looked himself into the mirror.
He hit puberty.
Yep.
And, of course, he was a boy all along.
Yep. He was a lot taller and just looked more like a man. At this
Chest
point,
like
he
a
changes his
Just
daughter.
name.
intersex.
Michelle. It all makes sense now. Why I crushed the Navy, why I had admiration for Didier. He gets excited about this. He runs down to his family, who's like having lunch or something. And they all like confused by how he has changed. Amy started talking shit about him. That she was lied to about Michelle being a girl. His mom's in denial about all this, thinking her daughter is cursed. And Michelle just goes right for the gutter, right for the throat, calling her a whore, revealing the affair she's having with Didier. And Michelle disrobes too at this family lunch.
This is a real disaster of a lunch.
Yes. Because, like Kelly said earlier, there's nothing down below. But mom just thinks he's sick and cursed, so she locks him into a room.
And of course, Michelle's like, see, I'm male, I'm a boy, look.
Yep.
And when they act so upset about it, kind of confuses him.
Yep. So now Michelle's a prisoner in his room. His mom only communicates with them through letters. Letters to talk about how much of a sinner his daughter is.
There was nothing there.
Yep.
Oh god.
And pretty much the whole household is afraid of him.
Okay.
He's only human
From the
contacts with his servants.
From the same creators of the Digger, here comes Pussy Boy. But he kind of doesn't forget that he just has nothing. Kendall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus.
Well,
She
that scene we
had
just went through
fucking
was,
R34. She aged 1,000 years and the guy didn't even have to.
is this after
Lizzie.
he made the servant disrobe so he could see, like,
Yes, he did make a
what
servant
was
robe
supposed to be down there?
to see what a penis looks like.
Yes.
Oh.
And of course, he was like, why don't I have that?
He's pretty much alone at this point. Eventually, Amy comes to visit.
Oh, this is why he gets so mad when Giselle makes that joke about sleeping with him.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh, I feel bad for him. At least he still has a tongue, so he'll have to make do.
Yeah, obviously you
Wow.
got to. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Then Amy starts tormenting him. She like tosses water on the carpet and make him lick it up like a cat.
He's
Oh
mostly
my
mad
God.
because he kind of caused her to lose face in front of everybody.
Yes.
Showed that she kind of schemes and sleeps with both of the brothers.
I mean, she brings him like his meals. She's very abusive towards him, physically and mentally.
Ah, poor Michelle. He's not the perfect guy anymore. Oh my god. He lacks an important part. Really important.
She's also kind of like sexually violent and abusive towards him, making fun of him not having anything.
Very much so.
And
We then get a brief flashback of the happier days with Michelle hanging out with Georgia and Didier, riding the horses, finding the cat, ugly speckles. Then back to the present. Well, not the present, but this time. More Amy tormenting.
So his curse was gender dysphoria. Poor kid.
But eventually, 2 years after, Didier and Georgia finally rescue Michelle. And you wonder why it took 2 years for this to happen. Well, they pretty much made lame excuses for why it took 2 years. Georgia says because his artwork, and Didier says because he's busy as a knight.
yeah, and for 2 years he's been tormented and
Yes.
abused.
Nevertheless, they apologize to Michelle and take him on a carriage to that secluded mansion that the Bollinger owns. The cursed mansion that we both know.
Okay.
But I do send them the loves to Michelle before they part. Hoping that one day, everything will be back to normal where they can be back as a family. Okay, that went farther than I thought.
And they're like, oh, someday Mother will come to her senses. We'll talk to her.
Yes.
Eventually, it'll all
You know
be
what
okay.
happens with that.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't work.
Morgana torments him about his past.
Morgana is an ass.
She is. Now we're at the mansion, where Michelle lives alone. He goes up the tower, and he finds the skeleton of a little girl, eventually. He knows about the rumors that a witch used to live in this mansion. A skeleton with only one arm. He starts wondering about that skeleton, but at the same time wondering about his brothers, how they're doing, his family. He starts taking pity on this skeleton. Because I was in a position to pity someone else, then conversely, I was in a position to be pitied. So one day he receives a parchment, a letter, from his mom. And his religious mother says that she prays that his curse will be broken. Still referring to Michelle as her daughter. And he has his older brother Georgia paint a picture.
Oh,
And this picture is supposed to be of Michelle, her true self, according to the mother, as a woman. And this is why, you can see why Michelle's upset about this. So flashes at that picture with a knife. You start cursing his family pretty much. All of a sudden he hears a voice. A woman's voice.
The
voice. Yep. Exactly. The voice tells him to come up to the tower. And reveals herself as Morgana. And she much tells him that she can curse them if he wants to. But Michel, he has a flashback to the good times with his brothers, so he refuses to curse anyone.
Morgana's just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, she's feeling like
Don't you want
Palpatine.
to?
Give in to your hate. And that's pretty much what happens throughout the ages as they live together. She just repeatedly talks to him, trying to, like, go on, give in to your hate, curse your family. Michelle's like,
Yeah, all you
no,
gotta do is
shut
say
up.
it. Just do it.
Michelle's like, shut up, let me live my life. And she thinks Michelle is her friend. She also can relate to him because they're both outsiders.
Going a little stir crazy there.
Yeah. Kind of like gaslight him to realizing he's not human.
Shit, Morgana is an ass.
Yeah, like you said. Then eventually Giselle shows up. And look, he finds some happiness and leaves Morgana out of it. Morgana starts acting jelly.
How dare he?
Just a repeat of this. Just repeats. Then Michelle repeats himself that Giselle is what made him. He doesn't care. Whatever.
Okay. I have like 1 second to go to the bathroom.
I'm sorry, what was that? What do you say, Gabby?
This is a bathroom break.
Okay. We're getting close to the end here.
Yep. Well, kind of.
Well, there's only one more chapter after this.
Yeah, but it's kind of involved.
It's a huge fetch
Although,
quest in a way.
I guess going with like what we've seen with Requiem and stuff, it may be easier to go through
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Should make next week awesome, then we can actually start the side content.
Yes. I like the next part of this game because I got to be a sidekick.
You want to be a sidekick instead of the main girl.
Investigation sidekick. I think I mentioned when we were going through it, I like this music because it's so, like, something disturbing is going on, or something
Oh, I mean the
super
song?
sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Everybody's Crying.
Yeah, it's...
I'm glad Gabby's enjoying the story, though.
Oh, me too. I guess that means it's being presented well, so...
Yes, gonna guess I'm doing my job right.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So Morgana was getting trying to gaslight more. You're not human. Blah blah blah. Reminds him that he's the white-haired girl. Oh yeah, and it's also revered that the knight who killed Michelle is the DA himself. And he gets to watch his body be crucified.
Carried to the village and crucified.
Yes.
And rot.
Exactly. Oh, and guess what? His mom
Oh
turns
my
up.
god.
Then later his mom turns up. Going like, this is not my daughter. This is a demon being or something like that. Look at this. I am her victim.
Oh my god. He was
Yeah.
burned by his own mother.
Pretty much. See here that Michelle could hear, Giselle's voice calling back.
Mm-hmm. Saying, like, I'm here in my cocoon.
Yes.
Save me.
Again, Morgana is sorry to say that she won't accept you. Blah, blah, blah. Stay with me.
Use your child, Michelle. I'm sorry for you.
No one will accept you but me. Don't
Disgusting.
pay attention to anybody else.
Don't. And no, I can't take anything serious.
She still insists
But
that he
I'm
was a
really
white-haired
liking the
girl.
story. It's amazing.
It is.
That's really creative. I didn't expect that.
Michelle starts crying.
Oh my god, he's so beautiful. Strong woman.
And Morgana is really like, curse everybody with me. Hate everybody.
Yes.
Let's ruin everybody's lives.
Oh, by the way, a lot of these choices, I don't make the right choice. The game ends abruptly. And then Giselle's like, don't listen to her lies. Don't listen to Ondor's lies.
I wondered if you were going to reference that.
Well, I'm not sure if you played Final Fantasy 12, but there we go. Stop gaslighting my man, Morgana. That's what Giselle's doing.
I'm the one who gets his tongue, not you, Morgana. And some erotic asphyxiation with that hair.
Giselle
And of
tells him that she
course,
doesn't care about his past. I still love you.
Of course, that vision was made by Morgana of her saying he was disgusting. And
Yes. See, a lot is with his self-loathing too, with Michelle having to overcome that.
Yeah, don't worry, Michelle, you have the tongue. And fingers. You have like really long fingers. And it's the future now. You can buy a strap-on.
Oh, so Giselle said you were never the white-haired girl. You're Michelle, no one else. You're only a couple for a month, just to let you know.
What?
Yeah, you know to live together for like a year or so, spending time doing things for each other. They were never officially a couple until that one scene in the bedroom.
Okay.
So Giselle started to fade, but she's still with him in his heart, mind, and spirit.
This is her.
She tells him his final advice, his final mission. That he needs to break the curse of this mansion by saving Morgana. So, to find his resolve, Michelle tells Morgana that he's going to save him. Save her. He kind of tempts him to strike her down, you know, like Palpatine. He tells her he doesn't hate her.
Her creepy smile. Oh my god, I'm gonna have nightmares.
Well, look at her arm too.
yeah, to me, like that smile almost looks like it's her jaw's unhinged or something. It's very creepy.
Yeah, I'm okay with the skeleton arm. The smile is bad.
Oh yeah, Michelle said that the white-haired girl is Morgana. Morgana denies that. Let us open the final door.
So they make Morgana accept she was the white-haired.
Yes, they kind of want to prove that.
Okay. Oh, Jacobo.
Short flashback of. These scenes aren't too important, to be honest.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
so
know
we're
what
back.
happened.
So we're back in the past now, and Michelle runs into, well, Mel.
I forgot that you could
And we
say,
have a
"I
lot
am
of choices
God."
here. It doesn't matter which one we choose really for this one. Oh, and
Yeah,
Giselle's
the
with them
scene when
too.
she meets the kid.
Giselle's like a passenger, and
Yeah, Giselle's like a passenger. No one can see her.
and they can speak mentally.
Yeah, like telepathically. So in the past, they're trying to find a way to free Morgana from imprisonment. And to do this, they need to find the 3 keys by each of these 3 guys.
Very video gamey.
Well, it is a video game. And you only have 3 days to do it before the festival arrive. Because it's 3 days before the festival here.
And
Yep,
Morgana
and
dies.
once she dies, everything
Goes to hell.
So.
So Michelle asks Mel to take him to the mansion to meet this saintess that he talked about. The nun, and the saintess, the nun's church. And nun talks about saint's blood, the medicine to get to everyone, and that it's not actual blood. At least that's what she thinks.
And it's interesting because throughout, Michelle and Giselle are talking about how, oh, I recognize this person.
Yes.
But I guess this was the original person. They also assume that this person's probably connected to this other person because they were
Yes.
in the. So.
So to talk a bit about saint's blood. But then Michelle slips something. No, that's not true. How it's not actual blood, but he knows it is real blood. Mel starts to panic because he knows the truth. So he kind of rushed him out of the room. He's also asked, "Who the hell are you?" Tread carefully.
Is this where one of the bad ends was?
Yeah, if I chose the other
Bad-
option, it would have led to a bad ending.
He goes and calls
The swordsman.
he tells on you.
So Michelle kind of makes an excuse by saying he's here to find salvation if you allow him to stay at the mansion until the day of the festival. And he was able to convince him because, well, Mel's a pushover, really. So Mel gives him a room to stay for the night. Giselle and Michelle has a chat about what's happening. And they kind of like plan on how should we get the key. But then they realize that maybe we should get it through her sister, Nellie, somehow. Oh, I skipped past the scene, but basically, the next morning, they went to talk to the nun. The nun said that she's living with Nellie. So they asked where Nellie is, and here we are. And this is kind of a get to know Nellie kind of a deal kind of thing. Where you try to befriend Nellie. And she asks you questions. Like, what do you think of Mel? You have all these options.
He's a nice guy.
Okay.
Mostly she wants to
That's
talk
right.
about
He's a
Mel.
very nice guy.
I mean, she's obsessed with him.
And she asks, what do you think about Mel in terms of his looks?
You're trying to make her like you. I would go for the second one, I guess. Unless she's gonna get crazy jealous.
My original choice is, I try not to scrutinize other men. Then she's like, do you want to stare at me? Then Giselle get a little bit jelly. You know, I was joking. Anyway, more talk with Nellie, getting to know her. Oh yeah, they really skip a big part of the scene, but they did go inside Nellie's house, and then eventually Michelle drops some truth bombs on Nellie that the Saintess is actually Morgana, and her brother Mel is one of the 3 men who locked her in the tower. Nellie's like, no, my brother would never do something to me like that. Anyway, so we're back in the mansion, inside the room. Michelle confronts Mel and actually admits to him that he's from the future. So Mel actually admits his guilt for imprisoning Morgana, but you see, Nellie was like outside the room, so she heard everything about how Mel would try to get her blood to treat his sick sister. So Nellie overhears everything, and she kind of runs out. Now we have the option, so we go out to Nellie.
Okay.
And then pretty much you go, listen, kid, this is happening for real. Your brother is the kind of bad person.
No,
Go-
he's a prince.
Yes, go talk to your brother.
He's perfect in every way.
And then, like you, he has the thing between his legs.
So at this point, Mel tells his story of what happened. Well, you already know what happened, so it's the same events from Requiem for Innocence. Oh, Mel is 17, just to let you know.
Okay.
It talks about his sixth
Underage.
sister. Well, yeah, I guess. Talk about his sixth sister, how he goes to Morgana to get blood. You know what happens from Requiem for Innocence. So after he tells the story, Michelle's like, you shouldn't have run away like a coward. If you need to face the consequences. Mel, out of guilt, agrees to give Michelle his key and help him set Morgana free out of penance. So the next morning, Mel wakes him up. They talk about how to go get the other keys, like the one from the swordsman and the Lord. go to the dining hall. Meet the nun. Again.
Everybody's getting hyped for the festival.
Yeah. They go to the door that leads to the
Yeah, they're
observation
all so
tower.
happy.
But it's stopped by someone. The swordsman. He's like,
Oh,
what are you doing here? He doesn't like them snooping around, especially with the door.
He starts pointing out, like, Michelle, why is your hair white? Why do you look? the way
Yeah,
you
he
do?
starts to
It's
wonder
weird."
where he's come from.
Yeah, like,
I come from anime land, where all protagonists have white hair and red eyes.
So Giselle and Michelle starts talking to each other how we should get the key from the swordsman. And they're trying to figure out maybe we can do it through the Pauline, the nun. Because they're probably in a relationship or something. Oh, we have a short intermission where Nellie runs into Michelle.
also, Michelle and Giselle cannot say Yukimasa.
Yes,
They mispronounce it in
This is
multiple
important.
ways.
Yukimasa. Masa?
Ukulele, I think, is what Giselle calls him.
Ukulele?
Yes.
Oh, Maria, the good Maria.
Okay, I
She
think we skip a
ran
bunch of
this
scenes here
little
without skip.
bitch.
But anyway. So anyway, let's see. Trying to remember. Well, Michelle asks to know if she's in relationship to swordsman. She denies. Oh, man, we missed a pivotal scene. But later at night, the swordsman invite Michelle to have lunch or dinner, have him with Mel, and they have like this really tense dinner. It's basically just a dinner where the swordsman says to him, without saying, "I keep an eye on you, so don't do anything stupid." Then back in his room at night, Michelle has a talk with Giselle before they're interrupted by someone sneaking around. And it's Maria.
Some ghost is climbing in the window.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but
it's
Giselle thought it
Maria.
was some ghost or something. So,
I mean, they seen some shit.
yes.
It was
Seen
Maria
some
come
shit.
to assassinate
Yeah.
to assassinate Jacopo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michelle chases after Maria out the window, and then they run into Pauline, who's out in the woods for some reason. And we found out Pauline was friends with Maria back in the day. So now Pauline suggests they all go back to their place here. And we see Nellie. And they kind of have like this girl talk here. And they start talking about romance. Who likes to blah blah blah.
Oh, and you may have noticed that Nellie calls him her dearest Michelle now.
Yes.
He's been like upgraded to an honorary brother.
Pretty much.
Oh
Pauline-
god, run, Michelle. Run, Michelle.
Okay, Gabby, you do this since I asked other people in this before. How well do you know?
I already have someone. I mean, like, I'll tell you, just take it waited 1,000 years to get him, and he doesn't even have a dick, so please let him be respectful. I already have someone.
But out of curiosity, Gabby,
Giselle is the girl.
who do you think I would pick out of these three women? Well, 2 women and a girl.
I already have someone. I'm sorry. This is the option.
But I'm not asking us Michelle. I'm asking who do you think I would go for?
You?
Yes, me.
Maria. You would go for Maria.
That's what I
Okay.
thought too.
What somebody?
I mean, why would you go for an underage girl or a nun?
Well, why don't you try asking Greg about Nelly? He
Wait.
thinks I would go for her.
Oh my god, no. It's Maria, obviously. She's the one with boobs.
Everyone thinks I'd go for Maria. Anyway, I want to have someone. Giselle loves that answer.
Of course she does. She waited 1,000 fucking years for his useless ass.
I just thought of Giselle will remember this.
So they start having a conversation about Pauline history with Maria, how to grow up in an orphanage. Maria becomes a prostitute, right? Pauline chose the path of God. Then finally we start talking about the real saintess, Morgana, being held in a tower. And Pauline's in denial, but the Lord being a bad man. Along with the swordsman being a bad man.
The Lord is an ass. Everyone is an ass. Except for Michelle. Michelle has a nice ass. I drank too much tea. Sorry. And my English is still loading me.
No, you're fine.
Oh god, I need to live in an English-speaking country to get back.
You have us. And when Maria says that she has, Michelle's support.
Yeah, Michelle's like, what's the Lord like? Like,
Yeah, and she tells her background
who am I going to
about...
be dealing with? Then she says she has to go back to the brothel in town. And Michelle can offer to walk her back. Or
well, walking her back is a bad path. Actually, it's a bad ending.
if you walk her back, things don't turn out so good. You
what
run
happens?
into the
They kill him?
Yeah.
You run into the swordsman.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Gotta trust me. A corpse is better left alone.
Here, Giselle and Michelle just share a moment. What things they can do in the future when they reunite each other. And then I think they stare at the window and see snow or something. Yep, like right now, like today, with Kelly and me. How many inches do you have over there, Kelly?
I think like maybe 2. It kind of stopped after.
Okay, same here.
A little bit. It may pick back up again overnight. Who knows?
And Giselle makes some regrets that she might not be seeing him again for a while, but she doesn't tell him that. Oh yeah, and guess what? Michelle wakes up in the cellar, tied to a chair. He's visited by the swordsman.
Oh god. It's yelling time.
And swordsman just start questioning who the hell he is. Because he doesn't think he's just Mel's friend.
And of course he can't talk to Giselle, she's silent.
Yeah, Giselle's gone.
She went to buy milk.
He's doing his thing
come on, she's totally watching the action.
He likes breaking fingers.
Yes. Oh yeah, Michelle does reveal the truth that he's from the future. But Swordsman doesn't really believe him. He says it's by Pauline. Seeing this for himself, Pauline finally accepts the truth. And realizes that he's kind of a bad man. Mel's there too.
Poor Pauline. He couldn't resist the Japanese guy with the hit and
yes,
even
a psychopath.
Psychopath.
She also
He's
realized
cute.
she also realized the truth that her church was being funded with a little girl's blood all along. So she pleads to the swordsman to go save Morgana.
What's the opposite version of "Don't stick your dick in crazy"?
There's the opposite version of that.
I mean, it would
I
be
mean,
that.
don't let
Oh,
crazy
you mean-
stick their dick in you.
But why are you asking me? I'm
I think.
not a woman.
I
The
mean,
same.
don't let crazy stick his dick in you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Don't get dicked by crazy.
Yeah, don't get dicked from crazy.
So anyway, Shug goes back to his room. The swordsman visits. He tells him that he agrees to help him, like Pauline asked of them.
I mean,
He's,
looking at Michelle, he reminds me of the guy from Nier Replicant.
yeah, near.
Yeah, Nier, the adult version.
Well, in terms of looks, maybe, but otherwise, personalities are really different. And the swordsman shares his past of how he got involved with Morgana. You know what happens. Whoops.
Was that the point when the swordsman starts to get kind of his man crush on Michelle, saying that
Yes.
he's kind of like an angel?
Like an angel, yeah. You also missed him
like
that.
he seems like an angel.
You also missed him that he doesn't love Pauline really.
Oh,
That she's like
it makes sense because Angel. Oh, Pauline says the swordsman looks like an angel.
No, I'm just saying that
Or Michelle.
No, the swordsman's just saying that he doesn't really love Pauline. That she's just like a tether from
Oh,
to keep him in
Keep him
place.
from being an absolute monster.
Yeah, from being like a monster. Because he doesn't want to be a monster. He wants to be more human, but he knows he can't accept that. He knows that deep down he enjoys all the killing, the violence. He's kind of guilty in a way about that too.
And then Michelle is kind of like, I forgive you, something kind of like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're like an angel. You forgive people and you know things about them.
and then thinking about something. If this is before 11th century, since Morgan is already dead when the Polar deal with Michelle and just what happened, then no katanas.
That went a bit too far.
Sorry, I'm boring. I'm that kind of boring.
Okay, so skip a scene, unfortunately, because it went too far, but oh well. So, later that night, Michelle has a talk with Maria about her relationship with the Lord of Morgana, and Maria gives him like a necklace, the necklace that young Jacobo once gave to Morgana as a present. And then Michelle goes to the dinner with the three key bearers, the swordsman, Mel, and Jacobo. Yeah, Jacobo. And then, surprisingly, Jacobo just gives him his key like that. After he tells him he's from the future, try to get Morgana to have a change of heart so that his souls can be saved. But what really got the Lord angry was that Michelle pointed out that he used to be a slave boy. So the Lord tries to stab Michelle with a dagger. That is until, in an attempt to stab him, Michelle drops this necklace that Maria gave him. The necklace that Jacobo gave to Morgana a long time ago. So suddenly we had this choice. There's this darkness that comes out.
Okay.
And suddenly Jacobo's having a reaction to it. There's this blackness that's suddenly coming out of this room. And we go to a long flashback with Requiem for Innocence. You know what happens.
Yeah.
Yes, Requiem for Innocence happens.
They die.
Yes.
They all
In
die.
text form.
So anyway, Jacobo calms down and agrees to help and takes him to the door. And he all use the keys to open the door. And we see a dying Morgana. She's having a conversation herself as her life slips away. Her mind split into two. See, she's talking to herself.
Super mad, but yeah.
Morgana sees Michelle as an angel. So Michelle pleads to others to like talk to Morgana to keep her from dying with hatred in her heart. Jacobo confesses that he was the slave boy she always knew, and he loved her. Mel and Swordsman just apologize and express remorse. Y'all thank Michelle for making this happen.
And so the cursed reincarnations never happen?
That's what I think, but we'll go see what happens next. Then Michelle's like, yes, I did it. I changed the past.
Can't change the past, bitch.
But nope. We're still in the Bloody Rose Garden. There are dead people all around. Everybody's dead. Everything just went as planned. It didn't change anything. Because this isn't the real world. This is still that alternate reality that Morgana lives in, the realm of the dead. The same domain as the cursed mansion.
Come on, guys. Just get internet and
But it might not be all for naught, because maybe Morgana's gonna have a change of heart.
Send in the Phantom Thieves.
Yes. Suddenly we have a flash of white. And someone starts talking to Michelle. It's the white hair girl. Here she reveals the truth, that she's the saintly side of Morgana, the side of Morgana is severed from her soul. Which, if you remember how Morgana was like talking to herself, how she was like split into two.
oh,
Boss.
she got like bipolar disorder with her life, and
And-
it kind of went to herself.
In a way, this is like the good side of Morgana. She also explains that because of her existence, it caused the existence of the cursed mansion, and how the mansion can exist outside of time and space. Because the mansion is a tether to her soul, really. And only by killing the white-haired girl can Morgana's soul be restored and the cursed mansion be broken. She keeps on telling her to stab me, but Michelle doesn't want to.
Yeah. I love that this is pretty much the plot of World of Warcraft's last expansion, Shadowlands, talking about split souls, but it's actually well executed in this game, unlike in Warcraft.
Interesting. And then eventually, Michelle relents. He takes the sword. And all she asks is just to be remembered.
Remember that we once lived. You will get there.
And then the whiteness is gone. He's back in the
Once
observation
you
tower.
actually go back to doing Final Fantasy main quest.
And we see Morgana have a body now.
So she was mixed back and get Morgana into one again.
Yeah, Morgana is now no longer disembodied body, disembodied spirit.
Yes, she's whole.
Then Morgana's like, what happened? She actually knows what happened, about how he went into the past to try to change her. Well, past, quote unquote. Then Michelle talks about meeting the right hair girl and how that's a part of her. Michelle tells her to let go of her hatred. And then you know it's the one thing that Morgana always needed. She tells him to stay back. Michelle reassures her he's not going to laugh at her. And he hugs her. Telling her it's going to be okay. Morgana doesn't understand how she can hug him because of everything that happened. But Michelle's just the forgiving type.
He's an angel.
I guess.
An infatuated angel.
Then Michelle says she's actually pretty without her face hidden. Because Giselle's not looking.
Oh, she went back to being herself without the
Yes.
scars.
That's what happens when you let go of your hate.
I'm the nicest person in the world. Please, painful scars go away.
So they go around the house with, this time, Michelle guiding Morgana. Guiding her hand, her bony hand. Which Michelle doesn't care about.
Morgana can finally die and rest in peace.
No, just so that she can forgive all these different souls, like for instance, Mel.
We gotta let these souls go.
Yes.
They've suffered enough.
She doesn't necessarily forgive them, but she just kind of lets go of her hatred and lets them
Let's
move on
go.
with their lives. And he says to each one of them, until our souls cross paths once more in this balanced sphere of fate.
So she's waiting for the next reincarnation.
Pretty much. It's pretty much goes the same with the swordsman, but Jacobo confesses that he still loves her, but she doesn't know. She is kind of confused with how to feel after what he did to her. But nevertheless, she still moves on, tells, lets their soul pass on. Anyway, there's still one more stop to make. The painting. The painting is actually revealed to be George. Why is he painting? Because some curse or whatever. I'm still not too sure myself.
Yeah, I still don't.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Guess I'm not the only
how
one.
this happened, but I'm glad to see Georgia.
Morgana's kind of annoyed by George, but she puts up with it. So it's still about to lead to the front door. But all is not well. It's Didier.
Oh, Didier.
That holy night.
And he's
Oh
just
my god, this art is good.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite pictures from the whole game. But he's just kind of pacing, marching around.
Yeah, he's under a daze of some sort.
In the courtyard.
And he stabs into George. Yes, he stabs the painting. And George dies. Also asked for forgiveness for Didier. Eventually, Didier becomes aware of who he is. But not before he stabs Michelle in the gut. Didier wakes up full of regret and remorse, especially for being the one who kills him. Of course, Michelle forgives him and tells him that he still loves him as a brother. That they hope that he meets them in his next life and that can still be brothers. So Didier's spirit moves on. Oh, you wonder what Morgana's do all this time? She ran away and hide. So it's about the door. Michelle tells him just to go wait for Giselle to come back in this white void. He's kind of dying from being stabbed from Didier. And she warns her that even though they're kind of like mortal bodies, a soul being stabbed can lead to them being utterly erased from existence. But Michelle doesn't care, because Giselle's worth it.
And she's Giselle after all.
Yes.
The world's greatest supermodel. You guys know Giselle Bündchen, right?
What was that?
I do, yes.
Oh, right.
pretty much the best thing Brazil ever put into this word.
Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, they exchanged some last goodbyes. Very pleasant goodbyes. Can I ask you something? Here it is, Gabby. If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body? That's what I always wanted, so yes, I would. So, Morgana kind of prays for happier things in Michelle's next life. If we do happen to meet again, she asks if he can be his friend, her friend. And Michelle is like, absolutely, wouldn't want it any other way. Pretty strong lines to have, considering how Morgana is. Yep. And the curse is broken. The mansion fades away.
And they can finally pass on
Yep.
and reincarnate as the guy with a dick. So no tongue but hole.
Meanwhile, Michelle's still waiting that white boy for Giselle to come back.
She's combing her hair.
Giselle pretty much says like a little prayer. Michelle will still be there.
Oh, this was a great game. I really like the story.
There's still a little bit more, like 2 or 3 minutes.
I forgot about this
Yes.
ending
Yeah,
crawl
but this
here.
is this obituary crawl. And this is now the modern world. Nothing too important.
Oh, they're meeting in a high school.
Yeah, pretty much all the characters have the reincarnated version
One
walking
thing to
around.
note is that Nellie can now freely love Mel because they are not related for some reason.
We don't know that for sure, though. It's not.
Well, it kind of seems to suggest that they haven't like met each other. Or
They could be
anything,
long
like-
lost siblings, though, so you don't know.
Oh no,
Sorry to spoil a little fun.
no!
I mean, I didn't spoil it.
It's not my little fun. It's my honest hope.
And finally, finally,
And here's Giselle just walking her over to where the mansion used to be.
a dick.
Giselle's still waiting for him.
That. Oh, they meet at the mansion. I don't know where the manor
Yes.
used to be.
Don't worry.
It's really cute.
You don't have to wait any longer.
I really liked it. I really, really liked it. This is the story that I love.
Giselle.
I love my gothic romance.
I'm here for you.
Now with a dick!
Estou contando os dias que nós passamos. O que você esconde de toda
There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. I remember there once stood a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but there are events I should never have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to get through all of that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle, your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way.
Wow, this was really amazing. Thank you for showing this. I'm a happier person for having seen the story to the end.
It's a good
I
story.
feel like it's like really well deserved happy ending.
Yeah,